Football Community Sports, back with another one. And I got the main man, and we are back again on the famous or the infamous Green Couch. How far, Salam?
Baba, a long time. It's been a minute.
I know. We're trying to make this work-life balance, but this is life, and we have to make it. We have to find a way to get the two.
That's so.
Fine, yeah. So yeah, if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And if you're seeing us for the first time, this is the Backyard Football Community here. We give you our honest perspective of the beautiful game. Sometimes you might think, what are these guys talking about? But trust me, we know ball. Football is everything. But yeah, thank you for coming around. And I hope you'll be kind enough or good enough to click that like button. Leave a comment. Tell us what we can do to get better. Things we can do to make this even as big as possible. Yeah. There's a lot to talk about Salam. I don't know where we'll start from.
A choke, yeah.
It really choked. Let us even start by saying Salam was in Porto.
Yeah.
Bro.
It was nice. I was in Porto for the Arsenal.
Yeah, even though
Uh,
the result didn't go.
Porto. It was a very nice city. I enjoyed it. My first time in Porto. It was everything was nice aside from the result. Unfortunately.
But what's the weather like? I don't see it was did it rain that day in Porto? Was it rain that day in
No, no,
Portugal?
it rained a bit on Tuesday, but it was fine. It was sunny.
Cool.
At least not definitely not as cold as England. It was good weather.
Nice. Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about Arsenal, the Champions League, what the second leg might hold for us. Obviously, the Carabao Cup, which is still very fresh. Chelsea and their 1 billion butlers
Yeah, blue
and
billion pounds bottle job.
Blue Bill. Yeah,
As per Gary
Gary Neville
Neville,
was
nice
crazy
one,
for that
Gary.
one.
I support you on top that one.
Gary, like that one came out from a point of pain, anger,
It was
like
it was it,
disgust.
it was actually rooting for Chelsea because of
Yeah,
Carragher.
Liverpool. Yeah. So the game yesterday was it yesterday? Now, yeah, yesterday. Um, Chelsea, Liverpool. Look at the lineup, and you just like what Carragher was saying, and or Neville. You look at that lineup with Liverpool missing key players. When we say key players, there was no Trent, there was no Nunez,
There
no
was no
Szoboszlai,
Salah,
especially no Salah. You know,
Thiago.
no. There was no Jota in that. Did Jota play that game? No, Jota is
No,
injured as well.
no, yeah.
So a lot of key missing
At a
players for
point in
Liverpool.
that game, I think in the extra time, they only had Luis and
Virgil,
Van Dijk as an established senior player.
senior
Yeah.
players. And then you look at it and be like, if they had gone to penalties, obviously penalties anybody's game. You're
Hmm.
not really bothered, okay. But somewhere I know Chelsea fans will be like, why are you taking this Liverpool team to penalties?
Hmm.
But
Well,
the thing that happened is this is six consecutive
cup
cup
final
finals for Chelsea at
defeats.
Wembley, and they have what? They've gone there and they've lost.
Yeah, well, it's just amazing, and it tells you that a lot of things go into football
Yeah, not just
aside from
money.
money. So you can throw money like a blind man as you like to football. This is not American. This is not NBA. This is
Formula
not.
One,
This is
all those
you
things.
understand. This is not where you just drop money to buy, spend ridiculous money to buy potential. They've spent money abnormally. You cannot spend all that money, and with all due respect to the players, and end up with Nicholas Jackson as your striker, and end up with a close to 40-year-old man as your best
Centre back,
defender.
yeah.
It's just crazy, and I think it's a one of my friends says that they are trying to postulate a theory, Chelsea. So we see how the hypothesis is going. We see what
I,
happens at the
I
end
don't
of the
think
day.
that I don't think they're going to make
It
anything
is,
reasonable from this.
you just came with money, disrupt the entire market, buying players that were worth 10 million a year earlier, buying them for 100 million, Casado and Enzo.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make
You know
sense.
the
That
most
is,
you know the worst one. You know this guy that was going to go to Liverpool, Lavia from Southampton,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they just come. They hijacked the
You
deal.
know, they were hijacking Arsenal's deal,
Yeah.
hijacking everyone's deal, buying Mudrik, who is not established footballer at this level. Of course, he's had one or two flashes in the Champions League, but it's a totally different game entirely, the English football. So I'm not. I feel most of those guys, in fairness, have great talent and potential. But potential is different from the actual real thing. Because with potential, you might have to groom them for 1, 2, 3 seasons, depending on the player. It's not everybody that will come in like Palmer and hit the ground running. Now you've spent money you used to buy established, proven
At least
world
two
class
or
player.
three.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, because if how much was Hazard bought for in Madrid? How much did Ronaldo go to Madrid for?
So the
How much
management
is
or something, the recruitment
so
system in
the
Chelsea
recruitment
needed
was
to.
they
They were
were
just.
heel advised and spending too much money on kids, and that is the result. There's a good chance that in 4 years' time, if they stick with them, which I don't think they will,
It's not
which
gonna
which is
happen.
where the problem is.
Yeah.
If you stick with
A
them
lot of
in
these
4 years, they
players.
will learn from all this experience and grow. But unfortunately, Chelsea is a team that is synonymous with winning during the Abramovich era. Now, if they don't win, everything will be disrupted. The fans will protest and all of that. So it's just a good learning, for clubs going forward, that you don't just throw money like someone
Yeah, yeah. What I'm saying.
with some problem with thinking.
What I think is, you see how those guys are good players. I'm not going to lie to you, but I just put myself in their shoes. Let's say, for instance, Leslie Ugochukwu. This guy is playing somewhere in France, maybe earning what,
Yeah,
max 15
yeah.
grand a week, and then you're called by Chelsea, and I'm sure he's on a 7 year or 8 year
Most of
deal,
them are, yeah, eight
and
years
then they tell you, bro, from your 15 grand a month,
to
your salary
150.
is
Yeah.
triple, double, whatever.
No,
You
yeah,
probably
I'm paying them
150
in
two
the
hundred.
hundred. Yeah,
When you get to that place and you know you are secured for the next eight
it's
years,
yeah, yeah.
bro,
It is just that's normal rational thinking. You place
you
that
you
option.
you would go to the training ground and be
Yeah,
like, look,
if
today I'm going to train 2 hours and
well, I don't.
whatever.
In fairness, I respect these professional footballers a lot. I think people give them too much stick, particularly people that have not been in their shoes. I think in this day and age, the vast majority of the professional footballers are very professional in the way they act. But see, that professionalism is not limited to one club. If you go to Arsenal, the boys are applying themselves. Go to Manchester, City, United, they're applying themselves. Go to Chelsea, they're applying themselves. So only hard work alone does not solve the problem. So that's why you need talent. And when we're talking about talent at this level, we're not talking about just potential. We're talking about established talent to guide those with potential.
You
But
need one
there's
or two key men in the
you need
team.
more than two in a
Yeah,
club like Chelsea. I'm talking about the Abramovich era. What he has, the
yeah.
standard that has been
This
set.
club has.
You only need the potential coming as. I
Yeah,
mean, Kevin De
you can't get
Bruyne,
of those guys.
Kevin De
They could not
Bruyne,
get into
he
that team.
couldn't get into the team. Mohamed
I think
Salah
Chelsea, that
could not
Chelsea
get to that team.
squad had 7 national team
Yeah,
captains at some point.
yeah.
Like, that was how
Lukaku
tight.
couldn't get that team, and it's not that these guys, Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah, are one of the best
So
player
let,
that
let me
has
ask
graced the
you.
Premier League.
Make I ask you. So yesterday, what role, what was Pochettino's part part
Well,
in that? Because I hear a lot of Chelsea fans are already calling, oh, bring back Jose Mourinho, like blah blah, all those stuff.
but what will Jose Mourinho do with this team? It's not going to turn water into wine overnight. If you are sticking with this group of boys, it is simple. You will have to be patient with
How
them.
many years are we talking?
We're talking about 2 3 years. Look at Arsenal. We've been patient. Ateta has been with this crop of boys for the last 3
4, 5
years there
seasons.
about.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking about this group now. At least we've got them 2 3 years, and they still have not hit their potential. But we could see the direction of travel already. So we're talking about, if you're going to go to this Chelsea team with all these guys they've got, you've got to stick with them for 2 3 years, and I don't think that club will do that, and that's the problem. So you would have wasted a lot of money. You now start buying new players, and these guys are already on long-term contract. I read
Yeah,
I
it's the
read
length
some.
of
I
those
read a
contracts.
couple of days ago. There's a guy. His family is protesting because they don't even know where he is now. He's a Chelsea player.
Yeah.
They've said, one black guy, I've forgotten his name. So it's well. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm happy for Chelsea's.
Wallahi,
I'm happy
I'm
for their
happy.
downfall,
Wallahi, I'm happy. I'm
and I,
not gonna lie, I'm happy.
and
The only
I'm
thing
sorry. I don't regret that at
I
all.
don't know why I have a soft spot for Mauricio Pochettino. I don't know why. I
No,
just like this
it's
man.
just like Angie. There are some people
Yeah,
that just
I
come
just
along
he doesn't
as
want trouble. He
yeah.
doesn't want problem. I'm just here to. So, person, I want to see him do well. That is my own. Other than that, if he goes to Southampton, bro, I'll be rooting for Southampton
Well,
as well because like
I don't want to see Chelsea do well.
I
Unfortunately,
don't want to. I don't want. In
of
fact,
course
I was
it's the
saying if they
rivalry.
want, they can get to the FA Cup final and still lose.
So it will bring pressure. Nobody will want to look at those young player as potential
But
talent,
we keep
but
on
people
saying
will
this.
look at the price tag, and there is a reasonable expectation that comes with the price tag. So it's something they've got to live with, and they've stayed relatively static at between 10 and 11th position in the last two or so seasons,
Oh, I've
despite
known them
all
for
the
plenty.
money spent. So it goes beyond the coach. They've gotten what's the former coach of Brighton they got and they sacked before they got in Lampard and all of that. And now Pochettino, they're still struggling. The question is not far fetched. Those guys are young, no doubt about it. When you see them play, they've got a lot of potential. But again, potential alone will not solve this problem. They need good experience,
So
good
what you're
quality.
saying, Salam, is you want them to go into the market again
That's
and
the
spend. They should spend more money.
except they are ready to be patient for 2 to 3
Ah,
years. If they are ready to be patient for 2 3
but
years,
when
most
we say,
likely the likes
you
of
know,
Modric and Co
when we
will
say these
eventually
guys are
break.
young, these guys are young. Wait, let me even ask you. How old? Nicola Jackson should be. I think Nicola Jackson is 25. He's not that young.
Well, but what has
Uh,
Nicholas Jackson done in his footballing career?
well,
You understand? So that's what I'm talking about. See, I don't mind if you're playing like Cole Palmer, and you're eating the ground running, you're scoring, you're doing the job. You see, you have to understand that most players don't peak until around 25, 26. In fact, 27. You understand? That is when they're in the peak of their powers. So when you see young people between the ages of 21 and 23 excelling, like you see the likes of Saka, Foden, Jude Bellingham in another stratosphere entirely. Those are aberrations. Those are not the norm. You understand? What you find out most times is that
from
these
start.
young player they normally come in an established team, and they grow into the team gradually. Now, I'm saying that there are a lot of talents in this team, but they are likely potential. They are not there yet. So they need senior support. And I'm not talking about one or two. I'm talking about you need like eight
Bless.
senior
So what they
player.
can do? Let them go and bring Mikel Obi back from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
With
Chelsea,
that,
you can make una go and talk to Mikel Obi. Say, bro, come, come and galvanize these boys for us. But I don't think they're that young. You know, Enzo is. Look, I don't know Nicola Jackson. Before anybody comes to me, I think he's 24, 25. I'm not too sure, but I know he's not that. He is in that range where this guy should be hitting like top form. Like Eddie is 24. Eddie is at that point where he's make or break, and I don't think he's Arsenal. I love Eddie Nketiah, but Eddie is not.
it's the same thing we're saying.
Yeah,
So imagine somebody goes and buy Eddie Nketiah for 80 million pounds.
yeah.
You understand? It's not proof he's 80 million pound player. So if you buy into a league for 80 million
Chelsea are
pound,
crazy.
so people will be expect. It's the same thing with Ireland. You understand? You go buy if
But,
Ireland.
bro, you see Hoyland? Hoyland is sick. You
Yeah,
see that boy? That boy is gonna come good. I
that's
swear.
the thing. It's gonna come good, but where are they now? So when they bought Ireland, was the plan to be hovering around sixth position this season? You understand? So see, I know the world is crazy now, especially in
Money
football.
that's being
We're talking
spent
about
is insane.
89 million. We're talking about 80 million.
Bro, this money is back in the day. Will be buying you.
You understand?
Two
And people will want
CDs.
to talk about economy, and I'd say I don't buy that crap, to be honest. You've got option. Except there has to be a clear plan, which I believe most of the club probably would have. There has to be a clear plan. If you're buying Oiland, are you happy for Oiland to get you 10 goals this season, in the view that in the next couple of seasons it will be getting you 20 plus goals? Now, if you're happy with that, are you telling me that the Manchester United, as a club, are happy with Ten Hag if he comes sixth position this season? Because those are the consequences of those decisions. You understand? So when you look at the caliber of a club, there is an expectation.
Anyways, I'm happy for Jurgen Klopp. I'm happy for Liverpool. At least they have one trophy first.
Yeah.
If he's going to win another title, let it be the Europa League. If they want to get the FA Cup, no wahala. But I see the EPL, you're going to club Liverpool. I beg you guys, you couldn't leave that one for us. Now that lets us go straight. Let's go to Arsenal in the Champions League, brother. That wasn't the result we were expecting away at
Oh,
Portugal.
it was sick because everybody go
I
everybody.
messaged you after that game,
Yes, now.
and I said to you, how do we have a goalkeeper that it is my height in goal? Meanwhile, we have somebody who is 6'2" or 6'3", whatever he is, sitting on the bench.
Well,
Tested and trusted, proven.
Ateta would disagree with you. I think Ateta has made his choice. Well, you know already that I prefer Ramsdale, not because Raya is particularly bad or whatever, but I don't see that massive significant difference between Raya and Ramsey that will guarantee us the league, for instance, or that's big enough to warrant us benching Ramsey for Raya. You understand? Of
So
course,
that's the same thing I'm asking.
well,
Have you seen anything significant about this Raya that warrants him to keep Ramsdale on the bench?
personally, I have not, but I do understand that Ateta makes a decision, and it's his decision, and he's taking decision, and he's going to live or die by it. We'll see where we are at the end of the season. We'll see what Raya has done that Ramsey cannot do at the end of the season, and we'll reassess. So if you decide to bench Ramsdale and you bring in a keeper, people will be looking at, oh, have you done? For instance, I've spoke severally about Rice. As Rice has done very well for us, but I've always said that I still don't agree with that price tag. However, even a blind man will see that Rice is playing very well. You understand? So now there's a good argument to justify that price tag. Some people might not agree. Some people might even feel it's not enough. You understand? But if you bring in Raya and he keeps making occasional error, and because in the last 3 games before that Porto game, he had only faced I think about 3 shots, and we played Liverpool, we played West Ham,
Yeah, but our
you
defense has
understand?
been solid, to be honest.
So he has benefited significantly from a very stable defense, and with Rice in front of that defense line. So if he concede that kind of goal, it's understandable. People will look at it and ask that, won't Ramsdale have done better?
Swear na Raya, cause I didn't even think twice about it. My head was just
Nah,
David Raya.
you
Why are
you
you
told
off
me.
your line? What are you doing, man? If he
Yeah.
was 1 inch taller, he probably would get to that ball. But I'm not saying God create him. I'm not there in training with them. He's probably good in training. He's doing better than Ramsdale. But I just still feel
But
I
but
just
but
feel there's a bit of
it's
injustice.
understandable. It's understandable to be a bit concerned about all of that. But bigger picture, we didn't play well that day. It was
Yeah.
it was relatively. I spoke on AFTV after the game. It was relatively listless. It was unlike Arsenal. There was not too much energy. We're making unforced error, losing passes and all of that. And the front just didn't get going. You understand? Some people said it's Porto's tactics, but I didn't see enough tactical nuance from what Porto were doing, because there were still spaces and all of that. It was just a bad day at the office, I hope, and that probably leads us very very well into the Newcastle game, because we
It was
saw
almost
energy.
complete 360
You
of what
understand? We saw
in Porto.
energy.
Yeah.
We saw
From
running.
the
We saw
get go.
from the get go. You saw mad dedication, and for me, I always say, if my team plays with that amount of energy, and the result becomes unfavorable at the end of the day,
Yeah, you know
I'm
they get
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm, I'm
You know they
happy.
get. You
You
don't win
understand?
every
Because
match. You don't
yeah,
win every
exactly.
match. So
They've played to their potential. Probably they were unlucky, or probably they
it wasn't
faced a
just their
superior
defense.
team.
Yeah.
Exactly. So against Newcastle, it was especially in that first half, we ran them rugged, and we ran them ragged
Bro, I
rather,
was I
and
was
it was it was it
I was
was.
watching that game on TV. Like Martin Odegaard. I don't know whatever he smoked before
So
that game.
I've
Martin has to keep smoking it.
I've told people Martin Odegaard for me is the best player in Arsenal and the most important player in Arsenal.
Yeah,
Any day Martin Odegaard played well,
we are
we
playing well.
most likely will
Yes,
win that game.
he gets
Any
there's
day
a way he gets not just Saka ticking. He gets the
he
guy who
get
plays
everyone
six.
he
Yeah,
get
he
he
gets the
get
guy
he
who's playing
gets
six
everyone
ticking.
ticking.
Yeah,
And any day he doesn't play well, our chances of winning becomes really low.
Odegaard has a way of galvanizing. That I think I don't know. I think it's only me notice this.
No, that guy.
If he's playing well, I know
if-
everybody says it's Saka. It's not.
No, Saka can have. See, Saka has had numerous updates this season, but Saka will always come up with his GA, with his goal or assist.
But whenever Odegaard
But
is down,
we're talking about
we are
general
not
play.
getting we're not getting anything.
If Odegaard is on song,
Forget
oh boy,
it.
forget to.
He go
Una
out.
guys play really well
Yeah.
to stop us from winning. But if Odegaard no just tick and all of that, it becomes difficult for us.
So how this Premier League, this title race they go now. Liverpool. I'm telling you now, we've mentioned how many of their players that are off injured.
Yeah.
If those guys come back, do you think Liverpool will be in pole position to win this title?
Well, I still think it's City's title
to
to lose until proven otherwise. After City, I think we said this couple of
I don't know
weeks
how
ago.
everybody is looking at the team in second and say, anyway, they've done it
No,
three
it's
times
not
in a row.
about looking
so-
at it's they're back to back winners 3 times, and in at least 2 of those cases they've come from behind. And aside from those last couple of seasons, they've done it before, and we know what they can do. You understand? Mind you, Kevin De Bruyne was out for half of the season.
And they're still up there.
And Haaland was out for a couple of
For-
weeks as
yeah,
well.
good.
Haaland is back kicking and all of that. Now City's league to lose because they have the best team, in my own opinion. Now after that is Liverpool. I feel Liverpool are second favorite, but they are also now facing the injury crisis. Let's see how they'll manage the injury crisis. I think something people have not given Arsenal enough credit for. Of course, you could see in midweek against Porto how thin our team is. How we could only make Jorginho substitution. But Jesus is back now. ESR is on the bench. We've got Partey almost coming back and all of that. We have gone through this injury crisis right from the get-go.
we're still
Jesus
around.
has been injured 3 times, 3 different periods this season, right from the beginning of the season. You understand? Partey has barely kicked a football for us. Zinchenko has been out multiple times. Takahiro Tomiyasu has been out for a while as well. Now, and these are key players in the machinery that is Arsenal. So it is Liverpool's turn now. Let's see how far they can go without Trent, Salah. I don't know how many weeks they will be out for. So that is where the championship
That
metal
mentality,
is
that
made.
metal,
So
yeah, I know.
if they go through this phase and they
they're
keep
still
winning, then they are building a solid case for themselves. If they crumble along the way and we manage to stay strong and City keeps going and they are facing City in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So that is as the season goes, of course, things will change out and things will become clearer. But what I'm just happy about is the way Arsenal have turned things around after the 2 losses post-Christmas. Because, in fact, as a Christmas that we're
Bro,
topping...
never lose this year. I think all our games,
Aside,
we've scored
in
25
the league,
goals.
in the league, we've
Yeah,
not
in the
even
league, I
drawn.
mean, yeah.
All
W's.
so
man.
and if you look at our game, I know at Christmas we're on top of the league, but every Arsenal fan that watched us play last
think
season,
we are ticking.
knows that we're playing several gears below what our actual potential was. But now it looks like we are ticking. It looks like we are playing. It looks like we are picking at the right time.
Let me ask you, this is I think that was the 26th game.
Yeah.
We've played the 26th game this week. Was that the best performance you've seen from Arsenal this season? In the league?
No, I don't think so.
Which game comes to mind?
Oh boy, all those people with the wipe season.
No.
All those people with the
Even
wipe
that
season.
when we beat West Ham 6-0, the performance against Newcastle wasn't the same.
No. I think. No, for me, no. We played very well, and that's good. There are several.
I'll tell you. You see
options
this
to
game
pick from. Yeah.
Newcastle and that Champions League game, RC Lens at home. I think those 2 will be our best performance this season.
No, for me, I'll say pick because that West Ham we mauled them.
No, but I swear that
Everything we touched turned to gold that
The only
day.
thing is West Ham was away. It was away.
So
but the performance was not.
No. What else do you want from it? Remember, even before our first goal in that game, we should have been 3 up. Even before our first goal. No,
Anyways, if anybody say let's know what you think. Which game has been Arsenal's best game so far this season?
I'll pick that West
I'm going to
Ham
go
for me.
Arsenal Newcastle. No,
No.
Arsenal
In fact, because that
Arsenal,
Newcastle grew into that game at some point in second half.
Now we let them see. There's how you
now
when you did for boxing, you did punch person. You tell the person, okay, punch me small, and then start, so that the person will not die.
Now why me I feel say for West Ham we no gree them punch. We want. I said the fans come up for stadium after 20 minutes.
But the performance wasn't the same. Like it was.
That's what that is total performance. That is domination. That is what superior team.
I think our next game is Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Away now. That game we won 5-0 at home. That was Edin Ketia's first hat-trick.
Yeah.
So away Sheffield, they're still struggling, man. I think Sheffield, they know that they're going to go down.
Sheffield most likely will go down.
Yeah.
But the trouble with them, Arsenal might go now and they want to prove a point and all of that. We just need to stay focused and get our 3 points and work out come out there.
Bless you, go leave them here.
Yeah, that's so.
We are praying for Chelsea. We are praying for who again? Oh, they pray for. We are praying for Mauricio Pochettino. I beg, may they no sack him. I love Mauricio. Mauricio is going nowhere. I hope Chelsea gets to another final in Wembley, whether they win it or not.
Yeah, no, I don't want me to near any final.
May they make them 7 now.
May they stay. The best I can wish for Chelsea, may they stay 10 or be 11 with them. May they enjoy themselves.
You better say my mind, because that pass your mind.
And if they want to make me happy, Chelsea, may they go relegation and come back.
Let us know. Let us know what you think. What game has been Arsenal's best performance this season? I'm of the opinion that game against Newcastle, we were dominant. That was pitch. Forget the goal. Another goal came out from nowhere. But yeah, I think that game against Newcastle, I was so happy, especially with Kai Havertz. Yeah, that position.
Everyone played well.
Very well.
I did very happy because the way we will play for Porto for that midweek, if fear me say we won't go back to recession.
Yeah. What if you for that game on the 12th against Porto?
No, I expect exactly what we did over the weekend. I expect us to rush them from the beginning and hopefully get one or two early goals.
The fans, when those guys come to England, they were shocked. They don't even know.
But unfortunately, we've given them a lifeline. I would have taken a draw.
Will they go that game? We'll go that game.
Most likely.
Anyways, this is where we draw the curtain. Is it the curtain in the British way? Yeah. This is where we draw the curtain today. It's been a nice one. We'll see you guys sometime before weekend.
Yeah. Probably on Friday.
All right. Nice one. See you guys.
Yeah, safe.
Peace.